What are you doing?
Hmm?
You eat lemons just like that?
Yeah, man.
It's not an orange.
It's vitamin C.
That's what you're gonna go with?
Mm-mm. I think it's one of them. I love lemons. It's like an orange.
Do you eat limes like that too?
I eat everything like this. I love sour. No, you don't eat like that? No?
We're on here.
My bad. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I eat lemons like that. I mean, that's why I'm so good at fantasy football, I think.
That's why?
Yeah, I think so.
Gets the brain going?
Yeah, the brain's going.
Where you
Get
getting
the
out
juice. Oh, we don't hear. My bad.
Like,
What's up, everybody? FSP's in the building. It's
Yes,
week what? Week
10, I believe.
Week 10. Week 10 is in the building.
I'm disappointed, man.
Why is that?
My boy Z, guys, is finally suspended.
Zeke. It's been going on for like 10 weeks. It's about time that he's going like that.
About time.
Yeah. Because it's also about the Eagles. Just crowning us as division.
So you trying to take our players out?
I ain't say that. No.
Oh, that's what you're saying.
Roger is, bro, if he wants to show people's boobs and shit, that's his problem. That ain't the Eagles' problem. It's the Eagle way is the straight way. Cowboy way is the wrong way.
What?
Like that.
Oh my god.
As always, that's Craig Schwab, and it's time for Plug and Unplug today. Week 10 Plug and Unplug.
Man, fuck all that swabby shit, boy. I'm gonna kick your ass, you hear me? I'm gonna kick your ass this next week, you hear me? You are not ready for me, you hear me?
Where'd you come?
I'm going to kick your ass, man.
Yo.
Broadway 1, I'm gonna kick his ass, man.
Where'd you come from?
It don't matter.
You just
It don't matter. You are not ready for me. You hear me? You are not ready for my squad, you hear me?
You are a bum,
Listen,
okay? You are a bum.
If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't even have a squad.
Yeah.
I gave you your squad. You wouldn't even be in contention if it wasn't for me.
My mind got my squad, okay?
Yeah.
But you ain't like Russ, okay? Who
I
is up with
drafted
Russ?
him.
For 3 weeks you gave him.
I drafted him.
3 weeks and you shipped him.
I ain't
With Sammy Watkins.
I got Wentz.
With Sammy Watkins.
I got this Wentz. You hear me?
With Sammy Watkins.
How come you didn't go get Wentz?
And CJ Procise. I tried. I asked for Wentz or Russ.
You just can't ask. You gotta come up with
I
something.
tried.
I
tried. Wentz. I'm mad I gave him to you.
I know, but
Because
Sammy
you
Watkins.
asked.
I know. Next week. Oh, okay, wait. Come back to the school. Ooh, come back to the school. Come back
I'm
next
coming.
week. Come back next
I'm
week.
coming.
You scared me, though. I didn't know where you came from. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
We recording this.
Okay.
Appearance? Guess
Brian Lambert. I don't know what that swabby stuff you be talking about.
That's right. Thank you.
this is Bradley Jones right here, okay?
up?
Okay.
What's up?
They
That's
play
special
each other.
guest.
You guys can't get the hint. They are playing each other this week.
Yeah, that's one of my rivals right here. He's
Kick his
trash
ass.
right here.
I've been owning him for 3 years.
He doesn't know. He doesn't
Owning
know.
him, it might be more than 3 years.
He
I
doesn't
beat
know
you in the
anything about football. He
championship.
doesn't know
I
nothing
beat you
about
twice
football.
last
It's
year.
about
I beat you
fluke.
first week this year. You
Fluke.
can't rock with
Fish
me,
fluke,
okay?
Fish
You
fluke.
can't rock with me.
Listen, it's time for recording, okay? Let's do
what
that,
we doing,
okay?
Plugs?
Yeah, we doing
I'm
Unplugs.
plugging Jones' team.
You plugging Jones' team?
Whole team, you better.
Don't do it.
Better do it next week.
Don't do it. All right. I start off first. My plug is,
We gotta let Jones know what we're doing.
huh?
So you,
Unplugs and unplugs. I
so
watch.
yes, sir.
I view it.
So if you got any,
There you go.
if you got any
I
plugs and
subscribe.
unplugs,
I like it. I
if you got
like
any
it.
plugs and unplugs,
Appreciate the support.
we got some help.
Yeah, man.
So let's go with Jared Goff.
You do it. I got Jared Goff is my plug. I've been beating the horn since week 1 on him. The kid's legit. Sean McVay, I got him going right. He's playing the Texans, who is the 31st worst against the pass. So if you remember last week, Jacoby Brissett 302 yards. Russ that game he had like 400 yards, 4 touchdowns. Alex Smith had a great game against them. Texans suck. And name a cornerback. Go.
Texans.
All right, exactly my point. Okay, exactly my point right there. Okay, they have nobody that can do it. So plug Jared Goff. He is here to stay. He is a QB1 immediately.
My plug is Tyrod Taylor. You go ahead and circle that. I'll give this to you.
Thank you, sir.
Reason being is he's playing against a stingy defense in New Orleans. But I like the fact that they are home against the New Orleans Saints, and I also like the fact that he has Kelvin Benjamin back on his lineup. Well, not back in his lineup, in his lineup. He's coming from Carolina. Obviously, they don't know the playbook too well, Kelvin, but red zone opportunities will be there for Kelvin. And I also like the fact that Charles Clay is coming back, another red zone threat for Tyrod Taylor. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and plug him in, the fact that he's home against New Orleans Saints.
I mean, I like the Jared Goff plug.
Okay.
Texans do get into a lot of shootouts. Haven't been playing the best D. And Jared Goff's been hot.
Hot.
Tyrod Taylor, I'm not feeling that too much with Tyrod Taylor. He's real run dependent on you know, on his legs and stuff like that. KB just got there. Calvin Benjamin just got there, so I really don't think he's ready.
Either.
But you know, you never know. He could throw it up to him in the end zone. But
maybe he gets some.
without them 2 garbage time touchdowns last week, Tyrod Taylor really didn't do much.
Yeah.
And if Shady gets shut down the way he did last week, thank you. I don't really see the Bills doing too much. So yeah, I go with the Golf, but I ain't really rocking with the Tyrod Taylor.
I like it. Who got for plug?
Oh, I like Stafford this week.
Stafford.
Yeah, I like Stafford. He went off prime time last week. He's averaging about 265 yards the past 3 weeks. He's had 20 or more fantasy points the past 3 weeks. And then he got a great matchup. He's playing the Cleveland Browns.
The Browns can't.
They are
Like
defeated. They have no wins.
Great run D.
They have no wins at all. And
They're like the Texans over there. They can't stop nothing.
yeah, they already allowed 16 passing TDs and have barely any turnovers. So I'm gonna definitely ride with Matt Stafford on that.
I like that. The last 2 games, he threw like 900 yards total.
I think he's gonna throw for like 323. My prediction, 3 TDs.
Ooh, Steel City, hear that?
How many to Golden Tate?
One.
One to Golden Tate? He's supposed to get 2 of those.
Take it one of them things. Marvin Jones get 2 of them.
My unplugged quarterback is Phillip Rivers. I got to exit, right? You're right. I got to exit. You're right. I got to exit because I don't want you to even think about him at all. I'm taking the easy way out. Phillip Rivers against Saxonville. All right. There's not much for me I can say other than number one. Jacksonville is number 1 against quarterbacks, and number 1 in sacks, and number 1 against the quarterbacks there. So there's really no point of starting Rivers. Sit all Chargers. And so that's an easy one. If you want to be a knucklehead,
I wouldn't say sit all the Chargers. They gotta score. They're gonna get some points.
The Chargers ain't gonna get none of them.
They're not doing nothing.
Melvin Gordon ain't doing nothing. They just got Marcel
Melvin
Darius.
Gordon will probably do something based on volume alone.
Yeah.
They just got Marcel Darius. I can see another AP. I can see an AP game, 20 carries, 30 yards. I can see.
Damn.
I can see. Man,
He catch the ball.
Jacksonville's legit.
Yeah, they're good. Defense.
Jacksonville's legit.
My unplug is Cam Newton. Scam. I just not been a fan of him all year. He has his ups and downs, and when he's an emotional guy, and as a quarterback, you can't have that as being a quarterback. Being that they're in prime time this week, I think he's just gonna fold. Personally, I don't see him doing well at all. Again, they lost their number 1 receiver. I don't know how he's gonna adjust to that.
Bunches.
I don't agree with Funches being good at all.
Funches.
Last year we were talking about Funches being cut. Now all of a sudden he's the man.
It's all about opportunity. Fantasy is all about opportunity. Okay.
He's going against Miami, which is 14th fewest against fantasy points. So right there is pretty much a flag for Cam. He has no wide receivers. Greg Olson's gone. Again,
Bunches.
Ass.
We're not going to do that.
Unplug Funches.
Unplug Funches, yes.
Unplug Funches.
Look, you got me messing up over here.
They wouldn't have traded Kelvin Benjamin if they didn't believe in the young boy. That's all I can say
they
at all.
traded him because he's on his contract year and they're not going to re-sign him.
But they're 6-3. They're 6-3 right now in the dead heat of playoff hunt. Are you telling me?
What did they get for Calvin Benjamin?
Picks.
What,
Good picks.
second or fourth?
Second.
A second and a 7th.
So you got 2 picks.
Come on, dude.
A guy that you're not going to sign next year.
In the dead heat, though. In the dead heat.
And what has Calvin
of
Benjamin
playoffs,
done this year?
The Funches was doing way better than him.
Who's your unplug, Brad?
I agree with you with Cam Newton. I agree with you with Cam Newton, definitely. I'm just not a big fan of Cam Newton this year. Once he lost Greg Olsen, I was definitely done with him. He makes up for the low passing yards with the run game, with the way he runs, but I don't really like him. Last week, he only had 137 passing yards. He had 86 rushing yards, so that kind of saved his fantasy points, but I don't really like him. He got the tough matchup against Miami, who only allowed 11. They allowed 11 fewest passing yards from a quarterback, and he's already doesn't throw good. So I think Funches might get a couple. I like Ed Dixon more than Funches this week.
Ed Dixon.
I like him more than Funches this week.
I almost walked off.
Sleeper.
I do
I
like
was
how.
walking
I do
off.
like
I was
how.
walking off. Let y'all do
Sleeper.
it.
Look, sleeper.
I almost walked off.
Sleeper alert.
Listen.
I do like how Cam dunked in the end zone.
Yeah, Cam
Yeah,
dunked
his feet will get him
almost
right.
freaking broke his freaking arm, but
I might be
yeah,
a
that
little,
was nice.
a little like hopeful with Ed Dixon.
Yes, I
I'm
think you
starting
are.
him.
I think you got him.
I'm reaching for a
In
Monday
fantasy, you
night.
got him in fantasy,
Yeah,
right?
reaching for a Monday.
Ed Dixon over punches. Man, let's move on.
Running
My
back.
running back. I'm gonna hide his name a little bit. I'm gonna give you a little peek, and I'm gonna hide it now.
Burkhead.
Rex Burkhead against the Broncos. I have a strong feeling right there. Better than Ed Dixon feeling, but I have a
Sleeper
strong,
watch. Why you go off? I
strong
can't wait.
feeling. As we know, he's playing the Broncos. The Broncos are legit. They're allowing the fifth worst points against the running backs. So it's not looking good for him. But with Hogan out, and I don't believe in Amendola at all. Cooks and Amendola is going to be guarded by Aqib Talib and Chris Harris. So that evens out. So I feel like it's going to be a James White and Rex Burkhead game. As we saw in their last game, he came back from his injury and had the second most snaps. Gillisley is done. So I think that Coach Belichick is going to lean on Rex Burkhead, who is the best inside runner and pass catcher of that group. So I think it's time for Rex. So I will be plugging him in a lot of leagues.
My plug is Carlos Hyde. Reason being, they're playing the New York Giants, who are just completely deflated on defense whatsoever. I like him a lot. Reason being is since Garcon went down, they lined up Carlos Hyde a few times as wide receiver and got the ball thrown to him a few times.
He is averaging 9 targets a game.
Yes, it's crazy.
Since that CJ Beathard is starting. 9 targets a game from him.
Yeah.
Which is music to my ears.
So PPR, exactly. You would love that. Again, they're going against home versus the Giants. And Giants seem like they don't even want to play football anymore. They are done.
I think, and I also think since he has a bye next week, that he goes out with a bang.
That's what it means.
I think he goes out with a bang. Right here. He going and then rest up before this playoff run. So
Yeah, I like
That's
Hyde.
it.
I like Hyde this week against the Giants. They definitely gave up. Burkhead has got to go. That's more of a reach
Yeah.
than
Yes.
Ed Dixon. I just
All right,
said.
bro. All right.
Chill
All right.
with the Burkhead.
Trust.
I help y'all out though. Jordan Howard, he's a plug.
Yeah.
Plug Jordan Howard. He has 18 or more carries, so like he said, opportunity is everything. The last 3 weeks, and he's coming fresh off the bye,
Mm-hmm.
so he's gonna get a crazy amount of carries. I think he had 30-some carries the week before the bye.
36.
Yeah, 36 carries a week before the bye, and he has a good matchup against Green Bay, who's ranked 32nd. A rush D. They're allowing 118 points per game.
Oh,
So
they're going to be pounding.
Yeah,
It's
they're
going to be
gonna be
cold,
pounding.
too.
Mitch Trubisky not throwing the ball. They're gonna give it to Jordan Howard. So definitely plug Jordan
It's going to
Howard.
be cold and rainy, I think, in Chicago.
I like Jordan Howard. I like Jordan Howard. It's nobody over there.
Nobody.
No. And that Tariq Cohen train had left the building. I hope. Like that's dead
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
over.
That's dead. So it was a good run for him at least. My
Unplug.
unplug is. Oops.
Those circling.
I do. Is Aaron Jones from Green Bay. I was one of the ones who was all in. I can't even lie about that. After his first game, he had like 20 carries for 100 yards. Plugged him in the next game. That's all I can say about that right there.
But he had Rodgers.
Huh?
He had Rodgers.
But this one though.
I'm saying they
Without-
knew they were going to run the ball.
Yeah, but you have to give. Listen. The Brett Hundley is not going to win a game. You have to run the ball. It's a whole new scheme. Run the ball. They did not give him 20 carries. They gave him 7 carries, if that. Okay. He's playing the Bears, who is allowing the fourth worst against the run too. And also Ty Montgomery is back, as we said last time. And the Packers are underdogs here, so it seems like it's gonna be a passing game right here. And unfortunately, I think Ty Montgomery is gonna be in way more. So unplug him.
My unplug is Alfred Morris.
Alfred.
We all know Zeke finally got a suspension, as us Cowboys fans know. It's upsetting.
Matter. Big mad and small mad. Matter.
I'm mad because of fantasy. I am not scared at all for Cowboys
Yeah, we
football.
gonna win. We good.
We're good. We
I
got a
don't
good
know why you
committee.
act like an offensive line set, but if anything, I'm more mad that Tyron Smith is out.
Yeah.
Tyron Smith's out.
Yeah.
That's if anything. I'm not
For
mad
1
at
week,
Zeke out.
he's banged up.
Yeah.
Y'all, whole team banged up.
But
You gonna bang y'all up. How about
Eagles, I can't wait.
I've been watching a lot of ESPN analysts, and they're saying go in on Alfred Morris, going on Alfred Morris.
Yeah.
I am not a believer in him at all right now.
Yeah.
I am a big fan. I'm not gonna say plug him, but I'm gonna say keep an eye out for him. My man Rod Smith.
Rod
man.
Smith.
Yeah, I have Alvin Morris in a couple leagues. He's currently still on my bench. I'm not, 100%.
He's
certain
above.
about him.
He's above McFadden.
Yeah,
I like him way more than McFadden.
Yeah. I do like Rod Smith. I don't know. Rod Smith is fresh. He got fresh legs.
Young.
He hasn't been out there. He's young.
He can do
so,
both too.
Yeah, he can
Alfred
run.
can't catch anything.
Yeah, so I do like Rod Smith as well, but
I'm staying
We'll
away
see
from
what
plugging
happens
any of
with
them
that.
because
Is
it's
he
a
go-
committee. It's a committee right
Is he
now.
the goal line back though?
We don't know. No one
We don't
knows.
know. I don't
That's
know
why I'm
what they're
saying.
gonna
I think
do.
Alfred's gonna be.
That's why I'm saying
that's
don't
a lot of
plug
home runs.
anyone
That's a
from
lot
the
of home
Cowboys
runs.
running back,
Yeah.
but don't go ahead and try to plug.
I mean, it's tempting because it is Atlanta. It's a good matchup, so
Yeah.
it's tempting to plug both of them. But
Yeah.
no.
I mean, I'm really considering playing Rod Smith.
That's funny. If you have all three for the viewers, if you have all three on your team, who you playing? One spot. Who you playing? PPR.
Against Atlanta, I would have to say
Yeah.
Rod Smith.
I would have to say Alfred Morris because you've seen what he could do. You don't know what Rod Smith
Yeah.
can do.
Yeah.
You're going on straight
It's close.
upside.
All
I'm not gonna disagree with Alfred Morris because we
So,
like,
Cowboys
he
inside
was
right
a
here.
1,000-yard rusher with the Redskins.
It was a lot of bats.
And it
Yeah,
was.
It was a lot of those.
And we do that. We do that zone scheme for him, which he can.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
He knows himself.
But
Like
the
it.
age.
My unplug is DeMarco Murray.
Man, I knew it.
DeMarco Murray
He's
is
a
dealing with his third injury of the year. Get him out of here.
I think he's too, right?
Yeah.
No, they saying he should start. They say he should play. He should
course.
start just like
Oh,
last week. And then he had 9 carries last week.
Yep.
He got Derrick Henry breathing down his neck.
Breathing.
Get that DeMarco Murray
Yes,
out
I
of
like
here.
that a lot.
Get him up out of here.
That might be another one where you might want to look at Derrick Henry if you got bias. Might want to plug him in.
Yeah. Derrick Henry is going to shine in a few weeks. It's coming. It's coming like the plague. It is coming like crazy. DeMarco Murray is hurt.
Just hope he comes.
He's hurt.
Just hope he
Yeah, because he
Man,
got.
the world knows he's
Derrick Henry
coming.
is such a north-south running, bro. Them Alabama boys.
Opportunities,
except Mark
baby.
Ingram.
Opportunities.
He just goes up and down. Just big.
My plug at
Yeah.
wide receiver is Sammy Watkins.
Okay.
I'm playing the Texans.
See what you
As
do.
I
I
see what you
I like that.
you see what I did there,
I
huh?
like that.
Golf.
Jared Goff. Who's he throwing to? I don't believe in Robin Woods. He's in the woods. I like the rapper, but I think it's finally time that he gets Sammy Watkins involved a lot. As we seen the last game, that deep ball was beautiful. That
Beautiful.
deep ball was
He's
beautiful.
missed them on a couple beautiful
couple.
deep balls week to week.
I
Like,
sound like Martavis Bryant. Sounds like.
yeah.
Sounds
yeah.
like just
But-
Big Ben.
But I think Big Ben's just missing him on purpose.
Juju on the beat. Let's go.
He's bad. Texans suck. Okay, they suck against them. Against wide receivers, they ranked 29th. Ty destroyed them last week. Paul Richardson, my boy, destroyed them. Tyler Lockett, my boy, destroyed them. Doug Martin was a bum.
You can't say your boy Paul Richardson, though. You released him like the day after.
That's my boy.
You released him.
A rewind to the first episode of this right here.
You can take
Rewind.
We're talking about now.
Because what did he give me? What would he have gave me?
He gave me 5 points.
Schwabby Schwab.
You don't
okay?
gotta- you don't
Schwabby
gotta-
Schwab.
release
I
him.
know this stuff. Why not? And nobody wants him. Schwabby Schwab. They going. I see the 5. I can easily scoop him. Come on, you try to play me. That's my boy. Who
Your
you
boy
plug,
should be a
man?
free agent, man.
Who you plug, man? plug, so I can
My
smile.
guy is Sterling Shepard.
Yeah.
He's still on his rookie contract, so he is fighting for that money.
Mm-hmm.
You see what Odell's did when he was fighting for that money. Although he got hurt this year, he started balling. There is no receivers in New York.
Roger Lewis and freaking Tavares King.
Where are they from? Exactly, they stink.
Sterlingville.
Sterling had a good week last week. They are playing a very bad defense in the 49ers. I think that game is going to be pretty high scoring. So I really like. Yes, the defenses are terrible.
Offense is even worse.
No, I think they're going to show up this week. The Giants' offense.
Eli sucks.
They're
Eli's
going to pull
done,
something
man.
out of their hat.
Eli's done, man. That was a great run. He's done.
You
but
think they should bench him?
I think me
That's a
as
record
a
right there.
you know, I hate the Giants. I'm saying I hate the Giants.
You
I hate
can't
them.
bench him until after this week. If he don't do nothing against San Fran,
Yeah.
bench
They're
him.
going nowhere. Time to see what the others do. I'll tank.
Nah, tank.
You can't tank.
Tank don't work like that in the NFL.
I hate
They're
you.
already tanking. They're not even trying to. But I like Sterling Shepard for about 100 yards with a TD.
I hate you.
My plug is Robbie Anderson.
Ooh,
Robbie.
I like
Yeah, he's
Robbie.
been on fire.
Robbie.
He's been on fire.
Chilling in the
The
crowd.
past 4 weeks, he had double-digit fantasy points. He has scored in the last 3 weeks. And he got a good matchup, Tampa Bay. I think there's the Jets offense are going to have the ball a lot. Because Fitzpatrick, no Mike Evans, it's going to be 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. Jets going to have the ball a lot. Robbie Anderson is going to get a lot of opportunity. I predict about 6 receptions, 91 yards, and a TD.
The Jets should want to kill Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, they're
What he
going to
did
want
to
to
their
get
season,
him.
yeah, they should just.
They're going to want to get him.
It's a revenge game though. It's a revenge game.
Why?
For-
Why? They paid him his money last
For
year. And he
Fitzpatrick.
bummed
It's a
out.
revenge game for the
Fitzpatrick.
Jets.
Yeah, they paid his money last year and he
Man,
bummed
I like the
out.
narrative right there. I like it. My unplug.
Actually, man, who is he? Who you unplug?
I like the Robbie Anderson.
My unplug is
Shorty, get him out of here.
Jordy Nelson
Yeah.
And
against the
you
Bears.
should just say all.
Yeah,
Whole
you know what? I
offense.
meant to say that too. I meant to say that
Whole
too. His years of being a number 1 or number 2 wide receivers are officially closed right now. He is right now a wide receiver 3, if that. He's more of a wide receiver 4 with me. The Bears surprisingly haven't allowed a pass TD
Yeah, they did pretty good.
in the last 3
They've been playing real
games.
good.
And then in the last 2 games that Brent Hundley started, Jordy has 11 targets for 5 catches and 48 yards. So as we've seen, he likes Devontae Adams a lot more as a safety blanket. Jordy was wide open on his one play,
You saw that one.
and he just looks. And Brent Hundley has no awareness. He looks at the line. That's when the pass rush comes. So
I
don't like it.
I don't think
I like
I don't
him.
put it all on Hundley though. I don't think they're letting him be the quarterback that he could be.
well,
They're just telling you got to throw to him.
He's
This
the
sucked
play.
at
same
UCLA.
quarterback. Yeah, I was just
He
gonna
sucked
say
at
the same
UCLA.
quarterback he was in UCLA.
Yeah, but I just feel like they
Holding on to
minimized the
ball,
playbook so
crazy
much.
long.
He didn't throw any deep balls downfield,
yeah,
and the routes were there. Like you said, Jordy was open.
Wow.
Jordy
He's
was
not
wide
even
open.
looking that way.
Wide open.
They're probably just telling him check down, check down, check down.
Appreciate that.
Wide open. But yeah, so you know what? Sit all baggers, really. All baggers wide receiver. But I'll say this. If Jordy has a good game here, if your trade deadline is later, ship him.
I think the only one that'll have a good game is Randall Cobb.
Cobb.
Because he's the safety blanket kind of receiver. Like he gonna do all the underneath routes, all the little ins and outs, all the little slants. I think if any
Running back,
Green
too.
Bay, if any Green Bay wide receiver has a good game, I feel like it'll be
Yeah.
Randall Cobb.
Okay.
I like that too. My unplug this week is DeAndre Hopkins.
Ooh,
That sucks.
Yeah, this is a tough call.
He was balling.
Man, without his quarterback Deshaun Watson, it's just not there. I think he had one big play last week, which got him good fantasy points.
He scored. Didn't he score?
Yeah, he
last
ended up
week?
scoring, but it wasn't till late in the game. He wasn't doing much. The quarterback stinks. Quarterback
That's
plays
21
Savage. He even came out himself and said he stinks. They're going against the Rams. Rams defense is very good this year, and the Rams are home. So we're talking about going to LA, playing in LA, and then playing against the 10th fewest, the team that gives up the 10th fewest against wide receivers. They had to shut down in Janoris Jenkins over there, who Hopkins will be on. Remember last year, as I said,
Who? Wait, what?
isn't it Jenkins?
No,
That's
the
Giants.
Rams. Tremaine Johnson.
Tremaine Johnson, yes. My bad.
wait,
Jenkins was last year.
Yeah. Last week.
Yes, but still, the cornerbacks are
Tremaine
still
Johnson.
really good.
The Mr. Franchise tag.
Who's that? Johnson?
Tremaine Thompson.
Thompson?
Johnson, because he got a franchise like three straight years.
Oh, Kirk Cousins?
Like, literally, yeah. But that's not security.
I would also say same thing with their wide receivers. I would try to avoid to stay with them. If you could, trade immediately, all of them. We said this last week. Trade them, trade.
Yeah.
Trade deadline's coming up too, so if you gotta make a move, make it now.
Make it now.
Make it now.
Look at right now. Doug Baldwin.
You're going to have to give away some of these star players.
Who's your
Who are you unplugging? I'm unplugging your boy, man. Your favorite wide receiver.
Who's my favorite wide receiver?
Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks?
Unplug him.
Brandon
right
Cooks.
I
now.
like that.
Basically, solely on that they playing Denver. I think it's gonna be a bounce back week for Denver's defense. They got
Live.
scorched last week. And
By
I
who?
feel like,
That game's in Denver?
By who?
I'm not. I believe it's in Denver. I think
so, yeah.
Denver's home. Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah, the Eagles scorched Denver D last week. I expect them to bounce back this week against another, top offense. But Brandon Cooks, he's too little for a keeps to leave. Honestly, I think a keeps to leave gonna lock him down.
Speed,
I
man.
think a keeps to leave gonna lock him down. Yeah, I'm taking Brandon Cooks up out of there.
I hear you, man.
I'm taking Brandon Cooks up out of
I
there.
like Cooks, man. I think he's gonna shine. Shine
Only
bright.
because you have them.
If Alshon, I know Lez could do it. Yeah. Why can't Brandon Cooks do it? All right. Ain't Tom Brady better than Wentz or no?
You would say that, yeah.
Okay. I'm about to say. I'm about to argue. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, but he
I'm just
didn't.
saying. I'm just saying.
But we're
I
not
don't
talking
agree with
about
that.
Tom Brady. We're talking about Cooks.
Who's passing the ball?
Well, guess who else is there? Gronk.
Oh, yeah.
Gronk. That boy's going to be getting fed this week.
Burkhead, right?
And Burkhead. And the passing game.
My plug for tight end is Austin Jenkins against the Bucks. Wait for it. Revenge game right there. The Bucks dropped him.
Well, he
Okay.
was having mad trouble off the field.
Yeah, but the Bucks hated him. Ain't getting a chance at all. So based on that, that alone, I think he's had a good game. He's averaging 6 targets a game since he's been playing, which is crazy for a tight end right there. I would love to have him on my team. And the Bucks is allowing the 6th most points against the tight end. So everything meshes up. The Jets are in playoff contention. So it all can go to Robbie Anderson. So everything else is going to go to Austin Jenkins. I like him a lot.
Like that.
Yeah, I like Jenkins.
Yeah.
My guy is Cameron Brate.
Camera.
I'm plugging him.
Yeah, you got to plug him this week. There is no Mike Evans, and I'm solely sold on that part alone. No Mike Evans.
Yeah.
He is their number 2 target throughout the whole year, so he will become the number 1 target. Fitzpatrick is his quarterback. He's a tight end type of quarterback, and you know the Bucs are going to say, if you want to go to anybody, you got to throw it to Brady. He's going to have Fitzpatrick's going to have a rough week, but
Fitz is gonna light.
You are crazy.
It's gonna light it just on fire.
you're crazy.
On fire. Adam
Shut
Humphries.
the Bills down.
Man, it's revenge, man. If I look on the other side,
The Jets
it's my
have
old
to get
team.
their
The Jets
revenge
have
on
more
him.
revenge. They paid him money.
It's gonna be a show. I'll tell you that.
He was
Who's
like-
your plug?
My plug is Evan Ingram from the
Ooh,
Giants.
I like that.
I like Evan Ingram. I love his matchup. He playing San Francisco.
He's a nice plug.
Very, very easy matchup for him. In the last over 60 yards and a touchdown in the last 3 weeks.
Mossing people.
Awesome people. So and then he's like the only other option for Eli. Eli got to throw the ball to somebody.
Sterling Shepard.
Sterling Shepard, the kid number 12. What's his name? He was trying to feed last week.
It's terrible. They're all terrible.
King.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I think so. Yeah, but Evan
Where's
Ingram is his number 1 option, so I would definitely plug Evan Ingram this week. Eli has a lot to prove this week. They talking about benching him for some bums on the bench, so he's gonna have to get some points on the board. So I definitely think he's gonna look for Evan Ingram a lot.
I like Evan Ingram. I think at this point, if we gotta put him as a plug and unplug, and you're actually mention him, I think you need to go to counseling.
Unless you got Kelsey or Gronk.
Yeah,
You better
yeah.
have Kelsey or Gronk.
You gotta have him because Evan Ingram looks legit. I think he is legit, and he's like 20 years old.
Is he labeled as a receiver, a tight end yet? Because he's in.
He's a tight end.
I'm saying, you know
On
how Yahoo's usually
on
does.
the slash.
Yeah, that's just tight.
Yeah.
That's no slash.
Because
Yeah, he
he's
was, though.
lining up as a receiver all day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's looking good. I think I like any receiver that wear number 88.
You know who is number 88?
I do.
Oh, I know you do. We know you do.
That's a no 100
First
a
of
yard
all,
game.
I was going to go old school Michael Irvin, but
Oh, okay,
I like Des wearing it. I like
Mr.
Des
Cocaine,
wearing
you
it.
like? Okay, you got it.
Oh,
My
okay.
my unplug is Julius Thomas. Similar to OJ Howard when he went off. I think this is another one right there. This is a trap right here. Do not leave him on your waiver. He was on your waiver. If you started him, congratulations. Email me. I'll send you some money because that was ridiculous. Julius Thomas sucks. Okay, he sucks. The last game he scored seems like he had a good game, but in reality, that was a trap. I don't like it at all. The Dolphins are right now this week have the lowest point total. So everything points to a grind out game, which is not in his favor. So I'm unplugging him.
My unplug this week is, since you unplugged Phillip Rivers, I'm also unplugging his tight end, Hunter Henry.
Hunter?
They're going against the no-fly zone, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Like we just got done saying, you should just bench every offensive player on the Chargers because that's how real Jacksonville Jaguars D is. So that's just saying that Hunter Henry is my unplug.
I see.
Yeah, I never like Hunter Henry is garbage. Did he have one good game this year?
One.
Yeah, he had
I was sold on him. My
unplug is actually your plug. I don't like Brady this week.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't like Brady this week just because there's no Mike Evans. So I feel like he is the number one target from there. So now you have to, all the attention goes to him. And then you got the young boy O.J. Howard who's going to be open. So Fitzpatrick is a tight end type of quarterback, but I think it's going to be the other tight end that's going to get them buckets. He only had one target last week.
Did he?
One target.
Wow.
I mean, one catch, one target.
But they were fighting half time.
Yeah, one target last week. So I don't really like him. And the matchup is all right. Like just playing some D, they out there dancing, they getting right up there. They ready. So I think I'm unplugging break.
I like.
I'm unplugging break. So I'm put a little.
You know, I'm a side with Craig though. I'll plug Break. I didn't know he had one target, one catch, but
he didn't catch it.
He didn't catch
it.
it.
2 points. That's because we got tackled.
Oh my god! All right. Well,
okay.
Well, and I don't know. I like Break though. I like Break. He still was getting over 7 targets a game. I think they go back to film and see that he was kicking on him. And Fitz, his first game, he souped. He see Mike Evans and stuff. Well, for a little bit he saw him. And then I like Break this week for sure. Boom! That wraps it up right there.
Yes, sir.
I think the 5th quarter right there.
Yeah, you need any personal training, please holler at me. I do one-on-ones and I do group training as well. Yeah. I got some more apparel coming out, hoodies. Got Scully's coming real soon. In the works right now. I got some dry fit shirts coming. Fire. And the website is intothefifth.com. That's fifth with the 5th.com. You'll be able to get all the apparel and everything on there as well.
Look at that. A free promotion. FSP, I love the guys, okay? We love y'all right there. Free promotion right there. Best personal trainer. As always, anything to say, Craig?
Go Cowboys.
Me, it's my turn. Excuse me, guys. My time, baby. Eagles, baby. Best team in the league right there. Best record.
It's a bye week.
We out here. It's a bye week, and I want y'all to know that we out here, baby. Eagles.